In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I help my client lose 25 pounds, 3 inches in her waist, 4 inches in her hips, eating more food in perimenopause. We're going to be deep diving into her macros, training, nutrition, supplements. This video is packed with so much information of more of a holistic approach when it comes to weight loss. If you've been struggling with chronic cravings, low energy, stubborn belly fat, and just so much confusion on what is the best nutrition and training program to help you reach your goals, this video is for you. And if you don't know me, I'm Elizabeth with Elizabeth Aylar Fitness. I have my 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant, GAPS practitioner, and FDN practitioner. And I've helped over 1,000 women, 30 plus, build muscle, lose 5 to 40 pounds in 90 days with my whole body transformation, 0 extremes, balancing their hormones, and healing their gut. Thank you so much for joining me today, Jay.
Happy to.
I love it. Well, you are down over 25 pounds, 3 inches in your waist, 4 inches in your hips, and you are doing this in a way that is so sustainable. And I want to just start off. We're going to go into your diet, your training, everything today, what we did to get you these results. But I would love for you to share just where were you, your started weight, your inches, your body stats when you joined the program, and how you really felt about your body and your health at that time.
Yeah, thanks, Elizabeth. Well, when I joined the program, I was around 175 pounds. And I really felt stuck in a rut, right? My energy levels were at an all-time low, and my self-esteem had taken a major hit. I just didn't like what I saw in the mirror, right? I just wasn't presenting myself well. And for that reason, I was avoiding social situations. I felt like I was on autopilot, and I had a lot of nervous energy. I was a stress eater, and that was one of my coping mechanisms. Obviously, my work-life balance was way off. And on top of it, I was perimenopausal. And so that came with some unpredictable moods. And that was particularly in situations where I lacked boundaries. And so I was frustrated at myself, really, for not being able to communicate my needs. So I didn't really know where to begin. Looking back, it became real clear to me that what I needed was obviously more than just a workout plan, right? I needed this holistic reset.
Yeah, and I think that was like one of the biggest transformations I saw with you. I even told you, I'm like, this is one of those breakthrough moments. You're coming to me for weight loss, but we don't just focus on the calories. And the
Right.
biggest shift I saw with you is your whole mindset towards yourself, your whole transformation, just mental health, physical health, emotional health, setting boundaries in your life so that you're able to, do more things for you because you work so hard and you truly deserve it.
Oh, thanks.
You know it's true. What motivated you to get started? Because I know we probably tried a lot of different things prior to coming to my program to lose the weight.
I actually thought my issue was a lack of mental toughness. And so I thought, well, heck, if I could just build more discipline or resilience and everything is just going to fall into place. Deep down, I knew it was more than that. It had been a long time that I had been neglecting self-care. And quite honestly, it all caught up with me. I was getting about 8 to 9 hours of sleep at night, but I was still waking up mentally and emotionally drained. So, I wasn't able to really keep up, or just barely keep up, I should say, with just the demands with just day-to-day life. And something had to change. And so I thought, well, maybe it's the accountability and support that will just help me to reset and refocus and start prioritizing my health again.
I love that. And did you try anything specifically prior to the program to reach these goals that maybe worked for a bit or didn't work that most women do, fasting, anything like that?
I think many could people could probably relate. Before joining, my go-to strategy was always the same, right? Let's cut calories and let's do more cardio. And I also tried cutting carbs a lot. I always believed that my body responded better to that approach.
Mhm.
And while that seemed to work for a while, right, eventually, again, the stress eating or the cravings would take over. And then it was like this endless loop, right? Every time I gave up, I'd feel like a failure. It just got worse with every iteration. And this time I just felt like I needed to try something different, something more sustainable.
I love it. And I love that you brought the fact up about the carbohydrates. And I think a big thing I taught you too is for every 1 gram of carb, your body holds on to 3 to 6 grams of water. So when you cut those
Oh,
carbs initially, your body starts flushing out that excess water. Yes, if you're in a caloric
right.
deficit, you may lose weight until you hit metabolic adaptation and then you have to make the change. But at the same time, once you add those carbs back in, then the water weight, you think you gain the weight back. It
Yep.
doesn't do that with fats and protein, but also at the same time to build muscle as our immediate source of energy for our brain. Even for cortisol levels, that fight or flight response, we need carbohydrates or you start getting more stress. When I cut out my carbs and I did the keto and very,
Yeah.
very low and wasn't doing the things the right way, I swear I got more sleep issues, more water retention, more hormone issues going on. And then we think we have to hold that even harder and then start adding in more cardio. And then we feel worse. And then we have cravings and then we go back and forth. And it really impacts us. I want to go into what specific goals did you have coming to me? What were your expectations of wanting to achieve with me?
My initial goals, right, were to lose weight and increase my energy levels. I was tired of feeling sluggish. I was unhappy with my body and I wanted to break free from that cycle. So those are my initial goals, but I found as I got into the program, right, that expanded. I found that things were at a deeper level and I had to address other things along the way.
Did that really surprise you when I started bringing up all the stress? And I'm like, well,
Mhm.
you know what? Let's look at your entire week and like try to adjust things so that we can really make this simpler for you.
Yeah, that was really helpful. As I made progress, these challenges emerged. And as we started addressing those deeper issues, setting boundaries and decluttering my environment, I found that that really created space, right? Both physically and emotionally for me to make those changes that I needed to make or wanted to make.
And what do you feel was that biggest obstacle that always kept you back from reaching your goals?
I think the biggest obstacle was this never ending to do list, right? I always felt like I couldn't find enough time to carve out for myself, or it was the old classic mindset of put everyone else first. I'll take care of work, I'll take care of my family, and then if there's time left over, right, I'll take care of me. But that time never came. And so it was stuck in that cycle, right? But then learning that I had to prioritize myself within all of that instead of just running on empty all of the time.
I call it your inability to handle stress. We get so overwhelmed. You say yes to everyone till it gets to that place where
Uh-huh.
your shaker bottle falls down and it spills. It's
Yeah.
like explosion because we're done. I remember when we had this big mindset shift with our check-ins. Do you remember that day? What was like the big aha moment where you came to this realization?
Well, I think it came, I knew it going in, right? Problems didn't happen overnight. So there was really no overnight solution, but consistency really needed to be the key, right? It was about learning to celebrate the small wins along the way. Some days we were able to make big strides, and other days it was just about let's stay on course or as close to that as possible. But with your guidance and support, I was able to approach these challenges as opportunities for growth, really. I didn't really see them as obstacles then. It's like you offer that support for me.
I love that. It's the growth mindset. It's
Yeah,
so important. And it really is because the truth is everyone has stress. Everyone has a busy lifestyle. There's never going to be a right time. And I even told you day one, hey, Jay, you know what? Life is not evolving. Every year I'm faced with multiple challenge. But if we have
yeah,
the mindset of looking at things differently and taking two, for me, I have to be in control of the situation in order to feel calm. So if we're having anxiety about something, what tools can we implement? What game
right.
plan can we create so you're able to reach your fitness goals. We're able to get the stress down. And the stress is such a huge aspect of weight loss, of hormones, of gut health, of
Yeah.
all of it. And if we don't address this, we're never going to get to body transformation down
Right.
25 pounds, but in a way where you feel good. And I think that's the big key. And I would love if you would share a little bit more about the toughest challenges that you faced during your health journey that we worked together and how we overcame them. And we're going to go through your diet, your training, how we got you to lose the weight. But I want to hear those challenges first.
I think one of the toughest challenges, right, was being willing and able to carve out a little time for myself. Started out in the beginning as establishing macros, but it was the tracking initially that actually was very challenging for me. It was like taking that time out and doing that. But then, as I said, as I started to do those things became second nature, and I was able to shift my focus to doing other things. Even something as simple, I think when we started the program, I think it was averaging about 2,500 steps a day, which was pretty low. And so we put a target of 10,000 steps, averaging 10,000 steps per day. And so,
We
you
worked
had to
up
be,
to that, by the way. We worked up
yeah,
to that.
but you
We didn't
had
just
to
go
be really
10K.
mindful about it and trying to find every opportunity throughout the day to get in some added steps and stuff. So it took a little while to get that going, but eventually all of those things fall into place and they become part of the routine. And then, right, we shift our focus and start working on other things to enhance those habits.
Absolutely. And because you brought that up, I really want to start diving in now talking about your training because you lost 25 pounds, inches in your waist. But the truth is when you came to me, we had all of the stress, the anxiety, sleep, so many different things going on that we had our training program,
Yeah.
but we weren't even getting the strength training in. We were actually losing the weight by working on slowly getting movement. So 5K steps is considered sedentary. So we slowly worked your way up from that 2,500, creating small little habits, seeing where we could fit things in through your life so we can get more NEAT, that non-exercise
Yeah.
activity thermogenesis. And we started focusing on the nutrition, finding easy meals with you, things that fit with your life for our gut, for our hormones. And by working on finding the balance, your stress went down, your sleep got better, the steps became just second nature. And all of a sudden you're hitting 10K steps a day. We're not even doing strength training. And you're like, Elizabeth, we're down 25 pounds. Towards the
Yeah.
end of the program is when we started getting into the strength training and working into these habits. And I thought I just really wanted to put this out there because a lot of women, I feel like they think that they immediately need to train harder and do 7 days a week. But the truth is if we're not sleeping good, our stress is through the roof and all of the other systems aren't in play. If we got gut issues going on because you're so stressed out, we're having sheds in the gut lining, then we're not going to be breaking down our amino acids. We're not going to be absorbing our nutrients. So it's not always
Right.
about just jumping in. I would love to hear a little bit about your side on the training and the changes that you saw, a little bit more about this.
Throughout the program, right, we obviously had to make several adjustments to my nutrition and workouts, right, to fit my busy lifestyle. But just establishing the macros in the beginning, we did that and we added in supplements, to basically improve my overall health, micronutrients, greens, reds. So those were all things that I continue to do today. And we adjust meal timing. So before I was this grazer, I would have 6 small meals and snacks throughout the day, but we transitioned to more of a 3 meal per day balanced program. And what I found is part of that was increasing my protein. And I was actually eating about half the amount of protein. And so by increasing the protein and getting the balanced meals, and was able to cut my cravings considerably. And so as time went on, right, I was able to see different changes. My cravings were cut, my hot flashes subsided. These were all really great benefits from just eating a well balanced meal.
And even sleep and energy, did you see it
Yeah.
just through the diet? Did you see
Oh, for sure.
That's a big thing. It's really not just about the calories. It's if you don't it's
Right.
the game plan. It's the sleep. It's we go 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 all the time, but we don't know how to bring those systems into play to find the balance. And I think that's the most important part is bringing the balance together, hitting the struggles and overcoming them. So you have your system that works for your body, your metabolism. And that's, to me, is one parts to you.
Thanks. One of the other things you introduced me to was that morning smoothie. And I would have to say it's really helped me hit my macros every day, but it's something that I look forward to every morning. And it's delicious, it's easy, it starts my day out right. And it really was a game changer for me. And I think overall, through those structured changes, I was actually eating more calories as we, worked into the program a bit.
I would love if you actually would share a little bit about the reverse dieting.
I have to admit, when we first wanted to talk about increasing my food intake, I'm not sure if I even knew that there was such a thing as reverse dieting before the program. But it was intimidating, honestly. I had spent so much time on low calorie diets that it all felt just very counterintuitive. How was I possibly going to lose weight by eating more? And I was saying it was about hitting those macros and making those adjustments, getting more protein to help with my cravings. Adding in that morning smoothie was really just a game changer. And I did start to notice those significant changes, even with eating more food. Energy levels were up, cravings were going away, the hot flashes were subsiding, those things that I had mentioned. But all of that just helped me realize that it was a clear signal, really, that my body was finally getting what it needed. And that's where I think we saw a shift in mindset.
I completely agree with you. And when we saw that change, I was like, we're rolling. She's going to want to start doing the workouts. And then all of a sudden you're like doing the workouts, energy through the roof. And I'm like, this is my girl. And how do you feel that the workouts helped you achieve more of your leaner physique? We shifted from doing more of just the steps. We started increasing the strength training.
Yeah. Initially, right, we wanted to bring in 3 strength training workouts a day. So once again, I was kind of back to this, or a week. Yeah, sorry. 3 weeks. And I know, I was really motivated. I definitely, am achieving a stronger body. It was hard at first, though. It's because I wasn't real confident in my abilities. It had been a long time since I did a lot of the exercises, that kind of thing. But building it really did help build lean muscle and fire up my metabolism. And it helped improve my posture, just things like that. But I think it made me realize that the importance of that. And I think you shared some statistics about how women my age lose lean muscle mass at a faster rate, that kind of thing. So I felt like I was achieving things that cardio alone I would not have been able to accomplish.
The strength training is so important. So midlife, I'm seeing women hit perimenopause early and earlier because of all the stress that we have going on in our body. It really just throws off our hormones. But when we hit midlife, we're losing muscle at a rate of 40 to 50% faster if we're not getting enough of the right nutrition in, not enough protein to maintain, the right workouts to maintain or build that lean muscle mass. And then we're in this place of just extremes. Our body is not going to be giving us the results it wants. It's going to throw off our hormones. We're going to get more cravings, more run down. So my little motto is, in order to get to a healthy body weight, we have to get to a healthy body. So if you're over here, we have chronic anxiety, cravings, low energy, we maybe got gut issues, undiagnosed thyroid issues going on. How are you going to reach your goals in terms of your body weight in a way that you actually feel good if you have all of these things that we're dealing with? But if we address all of these through the diet, the nutrition, I know that sounds like a scary word, but we make it very simple, the stress, the sleep, the gut health and stuff, then you're able to almost naturally lose the weight with your body balancing out, your energy getting better, which is what we achieved with you. We slowly brought things in and we didn't do extremes so that you actually were able to make this sustainable for you.
Yeah, it's definitely sustainable. And I definitely was feeling stronger and more empowered. And over time, we were at 3 workouts per week. And today, or at least now I've worked up to 5 workouts, and I've been able to carve out that 45 minutes in the mornings. I try to do that Monday through Friday to get that in. And so I see just that shift in priority and the shift in mindset overall.
That's usually, and do you feel strong? Do you feel like you're recovering good? Do we see strong muscles popping in?
I do. I hit that initial weight loss goal, and that was really important for me. But it also was this realization that it's not the end of the journey, right? It's a time to set new goals. And so we have to just shift with where we're at in life and establish new goals along the way. So that was another kind of mindset shift I had when I achieved that initial weight. So I am down 25 pounds, which is wonderful, but I do feel like I have a little bit to go yet. And, but I'm just excited to continue the journey.
Absolutely. And it's all about setting those small goals along the journey. So it's not even too about that number on the scale, because remember too, how our body starts with our clothes fitting differently. That's always the measure. So I'm sure you already know this. When that scale goes down, we look at the way our clothes are fitting. And this is one of my favorite questions, because I know you came to me for weight loss. I know we've been talking about mindset shifts and everything, but what would you say was that biggest breakthrough that you experienced that you just didn't even think would be possible or didn't think would even happen?
I think the biggest breakthrough, it probably was the fact it was really just around consistency, right? I would say I would stumble along the way in with tracking once in a while, or I would, not be able to get in all my steps, or maybe not get a workout in here or there. But because life throws the curveball at you, and not every day is the same, obviously, but it was just really being consistent, or as consistent as possible throughout. That to me was just the realization that I was on the right track, that I was seeing some progress, and that you didn't have to be perfect, right? It wasn't about being perfect. It was just about being intentional.
I think that was so big for you, because the fact that you completed this, you stayed, we had challenges, we had struggles. You did not ghost me. You stayed on track, you implemented. That's huge, because when people get in a place, I was a self-sabotager. When I got fear, when I got anxiety, I would just run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what, Elizabeth, in order to do and get where you want to be, the hardest things are always the best things that happen to you. So thank you for
Yeah.
sticking with me because of that. I'm just so proud of you.
Thanks. My favorite part of the program really was how holistic and personalized the program is. It's like you really took the time to truly understand me as a person, and not just what my goals were, but what makes me tick and what makes me thrive and what I need in my day, and what my day to day struggles are. So I appreciate that. And every single day, you really did bring your education, your experience, and your insights to the table. And whatever struggle it is that I was being faced with, right? You were there to help me find a solution, to tailor it and tweak it along the way to make it work for me. So I appreciate that. What's wonderful about this program is it was designed for me, right? With me in mind, and it's not a one size fits all. So thank you for that.
Honestly, I'm just like I said, and the whole reason that we do these case studies that I love doing is because there's so many women out there that are struggling with similar
Yeah.
things. And you're just showing them, look what you can do. You're an amazing mom. You've overcome so much. You completely shifted your mindset around food. You're doing this in a sustainable way. And you're showing people that you don't have to be an extreme. You don't
Yeah.
have to do 7 days a week. We lost the weight doing stress, the diet, the nutrition. We got rid of all of our menopause symptoms, the hot flashes, all of that by
Yes.
focusing on the holistic aspect. Then we brought
Yeah.
the strength training in, and there's so many individuals that have chronic fatigue. They used to be an athlete, and they think that they have to be here to get it. So your story just
Right.
shows that it's about the healthy body, and it really is. And the healthy mind comes with it, because I feel like that was one of the biggest things too that you've overcome, is just from your day one to where you are now, the confidence that you have, the way that you're able to just manage everything. You are like this. I felt like in the beginning, as
Mm.
you mentioned, you felt you didn't, even if you had the game plan, I don't think you fully believed in yourself that you could get that you can achieve it. But now I feel like if anything is put in your life, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you feel like you can do it. You have the confidence to do that.
Confidence is definitely up. I agree with that. It's not to say that there are struggles. And it was another added benefit with the program. The app is a total game changer, in my opinion. It really It's just so many resources out there in the app that you provide. People can go out there and get recipes or product or book recommendations. They can reach out to other members in the community and share experiences and insights. When you offer that wonderful educational Zoom call and bring everybody together to talk about different things, and all of that was just, all the tools were there to support me, and that's just so appreciated.
We love having you in the community. It's a family of all of us women, 35 plus over here. We bring the energy with our beast mode in this community.
Right.
I always love ending with this question. What is your biggest advice that you would give to somebody that was in your shoes or starting their fitness journey right now?
The biggest, I think the advice is simple, right? I think if you or people out there are sitting on the fence and they're kind of reflecting, and if they're having a similar journey, I suggest that they take the leap, right? I don't think they're going to regret it. Like I said, the program is a total game changer, and it's not just about weight loss and workouts. It's really, like we talked about, it's like transforming your mindset and your habits and your overall approach to life in a way that feels sustainable. So, and a huge thank you to you. I would say, Elizabeth, you are absolutely wonderful. You are not just a coach, right? You're a guide and a cheerleader and a problem solver all in one. And it's your expertise and your personalized approach and support that I know that you would be there to help any individual that joined a program, right, navigate every step of their journey. You're equipped with the tools and the insights that to see them through to success. And so I would say to anybody out there, if you're not sure, go for it. It's trust the process, and it's an investment in yourself, and you're definitely worth it.
Thank you for saying that. My business is my baby, and it truly is, because I don't want anyone to struggle anymore. And I feel like a lot of women too struggle with the mental health aspect around it and all of that. And I had so much of that. So to me, an app can't take that away. I'm sorry. I feel like it's so important to have the individual there and really make it specific to them.
This has really been wonderful. Thanks for this opportunity.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your story. You are going to help so many women and inspire them. And comment below if you want us updating you on Jay's whole story, because we're going to continue to lean you down, shred you down, and
there you go.
Top ready. This transformation is proof that real change is possible. Whether you've been struggling with weight loss, battling low energy and cravings, or feeling stuck in frustration, it's never too late to turn things around. And you can do this too. If you're tired of starting over, frustrated with slow progress, or just ready to feel in control and confident with your health and in your body, our 90-day whole body transformation is here to guide you step by step. This isn't about quick fixes or extreme plans. It's about learning how to fuel your body so cravings don't control you. Building strength and muscle with workouts that you actually enjoy, and addressing the root causes like gut and hormone imbalances so that you can finally see real permanent progress. Click the link in the description so you can learn how you can lose fat and keep it off for good, feel energized and confident in your body, and finally achieve results that last.